Dave Gragg, Gragg, Democrat running for the 130th.
Okay. What is the most important issue to you as we head into November?
As we head into November, it's going to be the state's response to the pandemic. That's not the reason I was running, but as we go, right now, that is the most important thing. Everything else has to take a backseat as we try to figure out what to do with this thing.
Okay. What do you believe are we doing wrong right now, and what will you do differently if you win?
In terms of the pandemic or overall?
Anything.
Okay.
However you take that question.
You bet. Okay, in terms of the pandemic, ideally, we could do what the governor says he wants, which is let local communities make their own decisions in terms of mask mandates and everything else. But this has gotten so political, and it should not be a political decision to wear a mask, but that's what it's turned into. And so our local communities would have to make decisions that they're going to pay the consequences for it because it's been turned into such a political mess. And if the governor had been stronger at the beginning of saying, this is not a political issue, we need to wear masks because it saves lives, then our city and county commissioners wouldn't have to deal with that. So first of all, that's one of the things we've got to get taken care of, and the governor needs to do that. In terms of overall, the Republicans have apparently forgotten how to do any kind of long-term planning. We're not investing in education, we're not investing in infrastructure, we're not investing in broadband internet like what we should, and it's our kids that are going to be paying the price for that.
Okay. What do you believe is most important to the district?
To the district, infrastructure is going to be a big one. Western Greene County, the 130th is Western Greene County, the western third. Right now, Republic has a big highway project that they're trying to get, the state is fixing that 160 or the Highway 60 through Republic. That's just a mess. So infrastructure is going to be a big one, but education's always right there at the top as well. Again, we're not making those investments that need to be made.
What do you believe is top of mind for voters right now? Economy, race, or COVID-19? Which is the biggest concern, and how would you address those?
I think they're all tied up in together. COVID-19 kind of takes the overarching, and that's what I said earlier, but the reason the economy is a concern is because of COVID-19. Race is a big issue, partially because the minorities are bearing the brunt of the COVID deaths. And so it's all wrapped up together, which is why we have to get COVID taken care of, we have to get it figured out, and then we can work on everything else, because the economy is not going to recover until we get the disease under control. Racism isn't going to disappear, but we've got a lot of work to do on that as well. But the most immediate thing is the working through the pandemic.
How would you address it?
Address?
All of those.
Okay. So kind of talked about COVID, getting a mask ordinance for the state, and then making the state coordinate when there is a hot spot flares up. The state's got there with the resources in a way that's not happening right now. Once we get past that, I was at Republic had its Chamber of Commerce has business expo this weekend. There were nowhere near maybe a quarter the number of people that were there last year. There was no ordinance saying people couldn't go. People just don't want to gather in groups yet. They're not comfortable going out until we get this taken care of. So we can't get, that's why I say we can't get the economy fixed until we get COVID taken care of. Racism, a lot of that's going to be changing the way we deal with law enforcement, the way we recruit, train, and utilize members of law enforcement. Because I do believe that most law enforcement really do want to get out there and serve and protect. Sometimes they make decisions based on a person's race that they wouldn't make otherwise. And we've got to fix that, right at the start from when we're recruiting and training them.
How would you reassure voters that you will fight for what they want?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't. If that's not what I wouldn't be here if I didn't think. Trying to think best way of saying this. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think there were things that needed to be changed. And there's not a whole lot of benefit to me to be a candidate, other than I see there are things that need to be changed, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Why run for office?
There are things I see that need to be changed, and so that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm not happy with the way Republicans are running our state into the ground. And they're able to do that because they have a supermajority that means Democrats don't even have to walk in the building, and the Republicans have a quorum that can just roll over any opposition. Democracy needs debate. We have to have these arguments. That's how we improve ideas. That's how we get rid of bad ideas and improve good ideas. We're not getting those. So if I can help get debate started again, that's why I'm here.